In the ever-watchful world of BTS, even silence speaks volumes. On the morning of July 6, 2025, armies around the globe were taken by surprise as Jungkook, Jimin, and Suga were spotted at Incheon International Airport, heading to the United States. Dressed in his signature oversized black shirt, face mask, and cap, Jungkook radiated his grunge aesthetic, quiet, powerful, and unbothered. The sight thrilled many fans, but it also sparked unexpected waves of concern, not because of who was present, but because of who wasn't. Jin, the eldest BTS member, had just returned from his solo concert in Chiba, Japan, less than 24 hours before Jungkook's departure. Fans quickly noticed that unlike previous trips, there were no group photos, no mentions, and, most noticeably, no visible goodbye between Jin and Jungkook, who are famously close. The absence didn't go unnoticed. Shortly after the airport photos went viral, Jin made a brief appearance on Weverse. He didn't say much, just posted a photo of his dinner and wrote, "Rest day, finally." While harmless on the surface, fans couldn't help but read into it. Is that him masking something deeper? Did Jungkook leave without saying goodbye? Why didn't Jin mention it, even once? Within hours, #WhereIsJin and #Jin and Jungkook began trending on Twitter, X, with thousands of fans dissecting every recent moment between the two, from their Tokyo fan interactions to Jin's behavior during his Chiba encore stage. Armies pointed out that Jin seemed unusually contemplative during his final bow, and now many wonder, was it because he knew Jungkook was leaving, or because he didn't? Adding to the speculation, a source inside HYB reportedly told Dispatch, Jin wasn't part of the current US trip itinerary. His next appearance isn't scheduled until the Anaheim leg of his tour. But when asked whether he was informed about the other's departure, the source declined to comment. This only fueled further curiosity. Historically, Jin and Jungkook have shared a deeply affectionate bond. From emotional hugs during concerts to private fishing trips and heartfelt birthday posts, their relationship has been one of mutual respect and warmth. So why now, when schedules finally allow them to be together again, does it seem like a quiet distance is forming? Some fans believe it's simply a matter of timing. Others aren't so sure. "I don't want to overthink," wrote one army, but Jin has always looked after Jungkook like a real hyung. The fact that he didn't even wave him off? That hurts a little. As the rest of BTS remains largely quiet on the situation, speculation continues to swirl. Is it just logistical planning? A needed break after the high emotions of Jin's solo tour? Or is something happening beneath the surface that even the fans can't fully see? One thing is clear. Silence between members this close never goes unnoticed, and whether it's just a missed goodbye or the start of something deeper, the world is watching and hoping for nothing more than a heartfelt reunion soon, because with BTS, every glance, every word, and every silence means something. As the conversation around Jin and Jungkook's apparent disconnect intensifies, fans continue to revisit moments. From recent weeks, looking for clues, some have pointed out how Jin seemed particularly emotional during the Chiba leg of his Run Seokjin EP tour, especially during his performance of Loser. Now, with the knowledge that Jungkook left for the US almost immediately after the concert, many armies are rewatching that stage with new eyes. Maybe he felt something, one fan posted on X. Maybe he already knew they wouldn't get to talk for a while. Others have turned their focus to Jungkook, who appeared unusually quiet at the airport. No fan interactions, no waves, no nods to the cameras, just a quick walk through the gates with his face turned downward, flanked by Jimin and Suga. While it's not uncommon for Jungkook to keep a low profile, the contrast between his presence and Jin's absence hit differently this time. One fan commented. Usually when one of them travels, there's some kind of interaction, even a Weverse post or a little mention. But this time, silence. And silence from Jin too? That's not like them. Inside HYB, sources remain tight-lipped. Official statements have focused solely on the members' individual activities, including Jin's upcoming schedule break and Jungkook's possible involvement in overseas projects. Perhaps even early preparation for BTS's US-based album work announced during their July 1st live stream. Still, many are asking, why didn't Jin post anything supportive for Jungkook this time? Even as he used to regularly cheer on his younger members during their solo endeavors, speculations are now flying fast. Some fans theorize that Jin may have chosen to keep his emotions private, knowing that every word could be magnified by millions. Others suggest that perhaps this silence is temporary, an intentional pause before a more heartfelt gesture in the near future. Meanwhile, armies around the world continue to send messages of encouragement to both members. Jin and Jungkook, we're always with you, read one massive banner displayed outside HYB's building by a local fan group. Others have launched trending hashtags like hashtag #JinKookForever and hashtag #WeMissYourBond, hoping the members themselves might see the support via truth. Nobody outside the members really knows what's going on behind closed doors. But one thing is certain. The emotional ties between Jin and Jungkook have always been powerful, quietly unshakable, even during long silences. Whether this is just a momentary gap caused by logistics and exhaustion, or a more personal space between two brothers, fans remain united in one belief. Jin and Jungkook will always find their way back to each other. And when they do, whether on stage, in a live stream, or even through a quiet Weverse post, it will be a moment the world watches with open hearts. That belief, that bond, is what keeps ARMY holding on during these quiet, uncertain moments. As Jin takes time to rest after an emotionally charged and physically demanding solo tour, and Jungkook begins his mysterious US schedule alongside Jimin and Suga, fans are left piecing together what might really be going on behind the scenes. But maybe, just maybe, this isn't about conflict. Maybe it's about timing, healing, and space. After all, the past few years have tested BTS in ways that few artists ever experience. From pandemic-era pressure, global fame, and individual military service, to the transition from group to solo work, it's only human that moments of stillness, or even silence, occur between even the closest of brothers. But if history has shown anything, it's that BTS doesn't let silence linger for too long. Many fans are already speculating about a reunion moment, whether it's Jin flying out to the US in the coming weeks to join the others, or Jungkook leaving a subtle message on Weverse. That hints at a heartfelt conversation behind closed doors. Some are even hoping for a surprise stage together, like they've done before when least expected. One emotional thread on X sums it up best. Jin doesn't need to say anything. Jungkook doesn't need to wave. Their bond is felt even in the spaces in between. That's the kind of love that never needs to shout. Still, others remain anxious, hoping there isn't a deeper story behind the silence. They point to HYB's increasing focus on global expansion, suggesting that perhaps different schedules and business priorities are beginning to impact the group's personal closeness. Whether or not that's true remains unclear, but it adds to the mystery and tension building among the fandom. One thing is undeniable. When Jin and Jungkook do meet again, whether publicly or privately, it will matter. And not just for them. IT will remind fans around the world why BTS isn't just a band. They're a family. One built on years of shared triumphs, struggles, laughter, and tears. A family that sometimes drifts quietly, only to come back stronger than before. SO for now. Fans wait. They wait for the next smile, the next nod, the next post, the next moment where Jin and Jungkook remind the world that even in silence, their story continues, and when that moment comes, it will echo louder than any goodbye ever could.